It's yeah, you know, I'm not very great at this yet, nor do I anticipate becoming that great at it. But you know, maybe I'll get a little bit better. There's like a weird quirk about streaming with the new iPad that I got, where it just takes, like, I have to start the stream, and then I basically have to get out of the stream, and then I don't know. It's just weird stuff with the app. Anyway, hi. This is Matt. This is an impromptu late night stream, later than I should be up. I should be asleep or getting ready. Whatever. Life choices. Anyway, I was doing a impromptu stream tonight. I know nobody's here. Oh, hi. Yes, well, my beautiful wife is in fact here. Oh, I have 2 viewers. Hello, second viewer. Yeah, so I am going live tonight, even though I wasn't originally planning to. You'll notice that the name of this stream isn't Matt Opens Toys, because, you know, I actually, when I received this in the mail, I opened it right away because I wasn't really sure what it was. I recently bought a Lego set. I was very excited to get this Lego set. It's a big nostalgic trip for me. So this is the box, yes. I had already opened it. So unfortunately not living up to the channel name, but I was very excited to get it. I had decided, as a little treat for myself, since I so rarely get those for myself, I had decided that I was going to get a Lego set that is pretty much like the oldest Lego set that I can recall having growing up. It was, look at, this is always, oh, yeah. It's like the opposite of ASMR. Okay. Yeah, so I was excited to get this. This is Lego set 6071, I think. I don't know if it says. I put it on the name of the stream for the hardcore Lego fans in the crowd, of which there are none. It is 6071. This is Lego Forestmen's Crossing. It's a pretty small set, and that's why I felt okay doing this impromptu second stream tonight. On Matt Opens Toys. I am opening toys, not in what I would consider the traditional sense, but this is a toy. I opened it. This is the Baseplate. This is an older set. I think it came out either the year I was born or within a few years of that. I already had this Baseplate. I have the set. I have about 75% of this set already. But over the years, from childhood, playing with the set, having the set in storage, having the set in a house with cats, having it in a playhouse that was outside and exposed to the elements, it's seen better days. I mean, my baseplate looks fine, but there's a lot of other pieces of the set that just really aren't in very good condition. This set, I guess, it's not quite infamous, but it does have a particularly rare / hard to find minifigure that's part of it. I'm a little bummed, but I understand why they put the minifigures pre-assembled. This is her. This is the lady that is the rare minifigure from the set. Really not necessarily why I was interested in the set per se. Hey, Levi. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. So this is the Forest Woman. Let's have her be in focus. Yeah, there you go. She's kind of in focus. It's gonna be hard. These are small pieces. Anyway, I was saying two things. One, I understand why the seller put them in pre-assembled. These are kind of like, especially her, she's a rare Lego, so you probably don't want to like risk selling her unassembled for whatever reason. Who would play the I feel like, I don't know. Wasn't like Keira Knightley a Maid Marian in a live action Robin Hood starring Russell Crowe? I feel like Maggie Gyllenhaal's like a go-to for you. I can't sign off entirely on it. I don't have a problem with it. She's a little old now. Keira Knightley, I think, is still younger. I don't know. She comes off as young and athletic. So this is the Forest Woman. Yes. Yeah, sure. Fine wine. Fine. She's a rare minifig nowadays. She goes like for $50 on her own. She definitely drove up the overall price of this set. I think you could get the set minus her for about $50 less than what I paid for it. Haha. But again, this is a treat. Maybe this is like a birthday present for myself. I don't need to justify anything whatsoever to anyone. The white horse, I still have my white horse. Oh, I should mention, I do have most of the Forest Woman from the original. Mine is in worse shape than this. When I was very young and would play with Legos, I had a very bad habit of removing Lego figureheads with my teeth, because I'm a horrible monster, wild animal child, and I didn't care about my teeth, I guess, or I didn't know how much it could damage them to do so. Yeah, you know, the folly of youth, etc. But there's lots of other guys in this as well. These are the Forestmen. Yeah, don't remove Legos with your teeth. It's bad for your teeth, bad for the Legos. Like I said, I do have a Forest one, but she's a little chewed up. She has some scuffs. She honestly doesn't look that bad. But again, you know, I could probably run into my garage in a few minutes and I can pull out some of my old pieces to compare. Love these Forestmen. These are just like, this is like perfect nostalgia for me. It's kind of a shame, the medieval thing and I guess medieval aesthetics and like knights, armors, Robin Hood and all that good stuff. It's just not in vogue with the kids. It's fine. Kids can have their own thing. Their TikToks, their Roblox. Even though those Roblox toys from the first stream as evidence that, you know, bad. Look at this. What a fine set of merry men and merry lady. The Forestmen, the Forest Woman. A little tiny bit of wear on this guy's face, or no? I mean, he just looks, he's screened with some small features. I don't trust him. He's the shifty one of the bunch. I mean, I guess they all rob people, so I guess they're all the shifty one of the bunch. I have this horse. I think maybe my horse is a little more yellowed. Well, I don't know. He probably looks about the same. I had this guy and I guess Game of Thrones Legos. Yeah, well, I don't know. We all see how that turned out. There was some Lord of the Rings Legos, and as I understand it, they're looked back on fairly fondly nowadays. I never collected those. That was definitely during a lull in my Lego collecting period. I got back into Legos in a very big way when this whole... You guys heard of this pandemic? Yeah, when the pandemic started, I got kind of into Legos again. Drab people in cloaks. Yeah, that's, I mean... Well, I don't know. That's a little unfair. There are certainly drab people in cloaks in Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure that I can say that they're all drab people in cloaks. Yeah, so this is the set. A lot of gray, a lot of black. Lots of leaves. I don't remember this tree actually being part of the set. There was a couple of sets of this set listed on eBay. And some of them, the photos, I could tell that they had pieces that weren't part of the original set, which caused me some concern because I wanted to make sure that I was getting all of the pieces of the original set. I think sometimes sellers, look at that, original instructions. At some point, a young Matthew had these and assembled it once and said, I shall never need these again. Very nice. It's nice. I don't know. I like it, but that's the whole point. Yeah, so I'm going to build this. I'm going to assemble this tonight. There's a little tear on this. That's fine. Yeah, there it is. This is an old thing. Maybe this has the year on it. I can see exactly how old. Well, this says 1990. That lines up. I mean, yeah, because I was born in 86, so I would have been 4. It just means that my family wasn't being irresponsible by getting a child that was too young for such small Lego pieces. Although, again, I would bite pieces off, so I wasn't exactly a trustworthy 4-year-old. But yeah, I was saying these trees, I don't think these trees are from this set. I saw them in the photos. It raised a little concern on my end. But I looked through the rest and it seemed to me, as somebody that, again, I do have 75% of this set of my original still together. I felt, you know what? It looks like most of the set's there. So we're just gonna build this little set tonight. These guys they can sit over here, wait and watch while I assemble their river crossing home, which maybe I'll have go set up by my new blacksmith set. The blacksmith set, by the way, beautiful set. Very, very nice. If you're a Lego fan, or you were a Lego fan and you've been looking for a nice new set to build, can't recommend that one enough. It's a very good set. Yeah, it's a fun build too. So we're going to start off, of course. Back in the day, they kind of covered a lot of ground with each step. I would say modern Lego instructions have a tendency of being a lot more minutia based. They give you the real step-by-step. But this one, they expect you to get a lot done on the individual steps. This was a more efficient time and place. This is that old Dutch efficiency. I think it's Dutch, right? Legos, they're from Dutch, Deutschland? No, Deutschland's, I don't know. Anyway, Sweden? They're Nordic, somewhere out that way. Anyhow, let's build. I know that these are not going to come up until much later in the build set. So these are not portioned out into the original bags or anything like that. Oh, not the actual gold coins that they originally came with either. That's okay. Not ideal, but that's okay. I don't mind. This is just scratching a nostalgia itch. Again, I don't know. I think of this, I think of my grandpa, my mom as well, very generously spoiled the hell out of me as a kid, along with my grandfather. Nice people. I turned out okay, I think, despite being spoiled rotten, but yeah. Just gonna do some building. A little building. I know the green also doesn't really come in until after we've more or less assembled the majority of the buildings. So let's take a look. Maybe I'll find that there are pieces missing. I wouldn't be thrilled. I did pay a reasonable sum for this. Some might argue a not reasonable sum. I don't know what the laugh's about. What's the ha ha ha? And there we go. First two in place. Very nice. Yeah, I paid a little bit for this. It's an old set. Collector's market kind of thing. They give you these little dots to help your little child brain understand where you should be placing it for the official build. But Lego's all about do your own thing as well, your own creations. Nothing wrong with that. So I do need a flat 1x2. There it is. All right. So I guess the concept of most of the Forestmen stuff was that they're hiding out in the forest. It was Robin Hood stuff, without being Robin Hood. Forestmen instead of the Merry Men, right? I kind of remember, maybe because of these things, somewhat being into Robin Hood growing up. I think, I don't know, Robin Hood used to be one of those characters that young boys were into, I think. Feel like that's kind of faded. But definitely growing up, I think it was a thing. I don't even know how much of it was, it was supplemented by Robin Hood Men in Tights, a very fun film that I have not seen in a few years. I'm a big fan of that. Cary Elwes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. But the guy who went on to star in Saw. I guess people also probably know him very well from The Princess Bride, a very, very popular film. Is The Princess Bride more popular than Saw? Yes. Yeah, I think it is. I think I can say that with some measure of confidence. Chat, what do you think? What's better, Saw or The Princess Bride? Vote now. I'll wait. I'll wait for your responses while I look for this piece. Nobody's coming out strong for either Saw or Princess Bride, so it may still just be my delay. I don't know. Maybe people do feel very passionately about one of those, or both. Maybe they love both of those movies with such intensity that the idea of choosing one over the other is just simply too painful Pokemon, the first movie, is the only vote in the chat so far. I'm going to go ahead and disqualify that vote. I'm sorry. That was not one of the options. Not an acceptable answer. Wow, okay. I'm already coming up on missing a piece, or also it's a plain black block. It's like this guy, except it's 2 instead of 1. You know, this guy. You know, I need it to look like this guy. I'm not posting cringe, so I'm not losing subscriber. I don't want to assume that this block is not included. Maybe it is. It probably is. There's places that it could be hiding. Let me try and... Oh, you know, I'm stupid. There's a whole, like... Yep. All right. The build continues. No emergencies. No alarms and no surprises. Okay. Oh, whistling's probably not good for this. I'm gonna not whistle. That's my quality guarantee. I will not whistle, because that would be bad. All right. I hope everybody in the chat is doing well tonight. All 2 of you. I hope you're both at peace, enjoying life, activated, persevering. As I understand it, by doing a second stream, I'm advancing some sort of opportunity to become a Twitch partner. So, you know, maybe I'll become a Twitch partner and I can quit my day job and I'll just open toys and sometimes build Lego sets on camera. I think that would be a nice little gig for me. Seems sustainable. Seems like a good career move. Yep. Okay. So this is it's the Forestmen's River crossing. This is the river that they would be crossing. Presumably this is simply a pond of some variety. But a big gimmick of this set, and as I was saying before, really pretty much all the Forestmen sets, is that they are hiding in the woods. So there's a lot of like little moving, sliding door, hidden panel kind of things going on. As you would if you were hiding, right? Again, just kind of going along with that whole Robin Hood concept aesthetic thing that they had. And also, I mean, just kind of a cool play feature if you are a young person, a young child who has this cool Lego set. You can pretend like they're hiding from bad dudes and things like that. I don't remember the name of, it's the Sheriff of Nottingham. I don't recall. I don't know if any of these sets had any sort of sheriff type figure. There was a lot of Forestmen. There really, to my recollection, there really wasn't a lot of non-Forestmen characters in these sets. I could be wrong. It was a long time ago. I don't think I had more than a few of these. I was spoiled, but I think I only really had maybe like 2 of the Forestmen. But I mean, this was a pretty big set. It came with 5 minifigures. That's a lot. Plenty for me. I don't know if I preferred the space stuff at the time. I remember having a ton of the space ones. I also had a handful of pirate stuff. Pirates very cool. That's another line that Lego had come out with, a very nice kind of angled right at people like me who are older and targeted by nostalgia. They did the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, which is a very amazing, like beautiful set. A little bit on the higher end in terms of cost, but I mean, they really did it right as far as like paying homage to that theme with Pirates of Barracuda Bay. I would love if they did something with the Forestmen, you know. There was a bigger, and as I understand for fans of the Forestmen theme in particular, there was a bigger like fortress set that they had that was sort of the crown jewel. I don't believe I had that one. I don't have the base plate for it, and even if I had lost pieces, I presume I would still have the base plate at the very least, so I don't have that same attachment. I have a big attachment to this set, so it's pretty exciting. It's fun. I'm glad to have a complete, fingers crossed, version of this back in my possession. Boy, what time is it? Okay, it's a little after midnight. We're making okay progress. There's only 15 pages of instructions. There's 23 steps to this build. So I'm gonna try and do a little focusing on the build because I can't stay up forever. I'm sorry to say. I got work in the morning. Got a job interview of sorts. So I can't be super tired tomorrow. I can only be the normal amount of tired that I am. So I'm going to try and make this wrapped up in maybe about the next, let's say 20 minutes. Can I do 20 minutes? I could probably do 20 minutes if I focus a little bit on what I'm doing. So pardon your host if he doesn't do a fantastic job interacting with the chat. Hello, chat members, watchers. A little late night build. Again, I should be asleep soon, but hey, I don't think this is going to take too long if I stop digressing or I can talk. I just need to actually be building while I'm talking if I want to wrap this up. Okay, because we're still on step 5, and so a little ways to go still. So these little hinged doors are part of the you can hide stuff, gimmick. Cool stuff. All right. I'm going to be building. I'm going to build for a minute or two, and I may not be checking in on the chat. I should go to sleep, shouldn't I? And yet, here I am, building Legos. Yeah. I don't know what meow is about. Are you stating disapproval that I'm awake, deciding to do this? I don't know. Oh, I was almost whistling again. It's a thing. Okay. All right. Humming's okay. I've decided. You may not agree, but humming, as opposed to whistling, you're in a better place if I'm not trying to do that. Okay. These are fun pieces. I always thought these were fun pieces growing up. They just, they're little archways. They make things look Gothic arches. I mean, there's nothing inherently Gothic about it, I suppose, but that was the feel I had at the time. Let's see. So far we're looking good. We're at step 8. Okay. All right. Very good. We got this bigger one. That's good too. Okay. Making some progress. Going kind of quick. These two little guys right here. A little trickier to separate. There we go. Just because they're small. Okay. Okay. Looking okay. Looking good so far. All right. Now, for the one that I still have, this is about where I can get to in the build before I start missing some key pieces. And it just kind of makes it where you ain't going to be able to finish the thing. It's a shame. See, this is starting to look like a tree, kind of. That's kind of the idea, I guess, is that it's sort of a tree hideout. They're the Forestmen, right? So they build their little hideouts into, like, you know, trees and whatnot. I'm kind of doing a couple steps at a time, which is good for speed, but it's also easy to potentially overlook part of the build. Don't want to do that. Skipping steps will just come back to haunt you when you get further into the build. Wow. I guess there's a lot of these in this build. Get any new Marvel Legends? Yeah, I mean, pretty much always. I do have a lot of... Actually, I have a lot that I could open. I don't know if I would consider them new. I like to buy the whole wave, usually. If I'm like mildly interested in the Build-A-Figure, I will usually try and get the wave. To me, it makes more sense, easier than trying to find them. Marvel Legends, I don't know, it's very hit or miss in terms of distribution on seeing certain waves at retail at all. Sometimes they're everywhere, and then sometimes you just can't find them. It's a bummer. So I have the Tri-Sentinel wave on pre-order. I have a Hasbro Pulse premium membership, so I get free shipping. So I order things from them, but the thing about ordering from Hasbro Pulse is they are routinely much slower than other retailers as far as getting their stuff in. I've ordered from Big Bad Toy Store as well, and they are also pretty slow. Yeah, I would say, just ordering the whole wave makes sense. If there's people that you end up not wanting, you can usually get rid of them and recoup some of your costs. There's definitely a ton that I always think that I may get rid of, and then I just don't end up doing it. So I just have a really ridiculous amount of Marvel Legends just sitting around. They're literally in plastic totes. Some of them I really like. If I had more display areas, I would display more of them. You can see a few Marvel Legends here as my desk babes. Florence Pugh, Mavis, Spider-Ham. Mavis is not a Marvel Legend, but Spider-Gwen, the Black Cat re-release. They do have the original Black Cat as well. Well, original, but the first Marvel Legend return one. But yeah, you never really know with those. Hasbro Pulse, though, they're a little bit slow on getting stuff out. I don't hate it, because I'm always buying something. So it's easy to keep myself occupied. Okay. We're on step 12, 13. And like I said, there's, I think, 22, 23. So we're about halfway through the build right now. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm a little delayed in answering questions. There seems to be a small chat delay. I'm sure this is a common thing in Twitch. And also just dealing with old people like me, a little bit of a delay. It's a good old-fashioned brain delay. All right. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Step 14. Ooh. There you go, got a little roof now. And then our tree is just going to continue to look more and more tree-like over here. With these little branched areas there. Gonna lay this across. Yeah. Okay. Snug. Fitting it in. Looking pretty good. Here's a little rotation of the build so far. All right, coming along. Okay. Yep. Okay. I know this isn't the most exciting stream. I'm just having a good time. This is a relax thing. Yeah, so like I've had kind of started to say early in the stream, I have always collected Lego. I've always had Lego. I wasn't always actively buying Lego, but when the pandemic hit last year, I had a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of just, I'm sure everybody did. They had their own tough times. They had their own just concern about all the stuff going on. And I was the same as far as having a fair amount of anxiety. I had never really dealt with anxiety on the scale that I had experienced right around when things had started and heading on through, I'd say maybe about like April or so. But yeah, it was pretty tough in some ways. But one of the things that I found was that building Legos was a good way for me to kind of de-stress. You know, there was like an element of creativity to it, but you were also just following instructions. So it's a little bit like just assembling a jigsaw puzzle in a way. And so I started to buy a lot more Legos. I bought a bunch of Legos, like a truly ridiculous amount last year, I would say. I say that as though I haven't continued to just be buying Legos, because I do. I'm looking forward to that new Winnie the Pooh set. It looks really cute. If you haven't seen it, you should look at some pictures of it. It's very charming. I think they've been doing a really great job with sets recently. Like I said, the Medieval Blacksmith, really great set. Pirates of Barracuda Bay, fantastic set. They had a sub-theme, or not a sub-theme, they had a line called Hidden Side. Hidden Side was really cool. It didn't seem to take off in terms of popularity overall. But I picked up a set or two on a whim, and they just charmed the heck out of me. My wife also liked Hidden Side quite a bit. So we ended up getting actually quite a lot of them. I feel like they're going to end up being something that people wish they bought. And probably in a few years' time, I would imagine they're going to be expensive and harder to come by. Some of the last release of Hidden Side, they didn't really seem to get much distribution, or they came out in the midst of like clearance events at retailers, and really didn't seem to be on the shelves all that long. So this is kind of, these are kind of complete-ish as far as the overall structures. So we're gonna put up our bridge, our hanging bridge, and then here you got a ladder. It seems to go to about, yeah. So yeah, nice little look right there. Looking very nice. You got the little door to the little hidden base on both sides. Just a little pathway through in the middle. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had a set that complete in quite a few years. This next step, oy, wow. Okay, so like the next two steps are really just all of those pieces you have left, all those like tree branches, they go on now. So just giving it that whole camouflaged look. Okay, so that helps to hide the door and whatnot. I've got a bunch of these too, but I don't have all the ones that I would need for this, for my original of this. 1, 2, 3. See, now modern Lego, they do at least tell you how many of each piece you're going to be using on different steps. That might have been helpful at this time, but they trusted you. They thought, you'll figure it out, kid. You're smart. And if you're not smart enough, now's a good time to increase your brain power a little bit. Thank you, Lego Group. Thank you, Lego Group, for believing in me and that I can figure this out without you telling me how many of these I need to use. Just look at the picture and copy the picture, kid. It's not that hard. Says the Lego Group circa 1990 for this set. All right, you're right. Gotta push myself. Perhaps it was easier for a 4-year-old. 30 years later. It's a challenge. Okay. I think, okay. Yeah, one goes on the opposite little hidden away door, too. They don't even really make that terribly clear to you. No. No. They don't. But you can see it on the instructions, just very faintly. Okay. And then this stuff just goes to hold all your trees in place. She's a beaut. Cute little set. We're wrapping it up. This is step 22 of 23. And 23 is just enjoy what you built. Oh, you know what I did? Oh, I missed a pretty big step. Not a big step. I mean, most of this is accounted for. I did miss this little like canopy turret type space up here. All right. There's also this. See, you're gonna go and you're gonna make a hideout, and then you're gonna put a flag on it. I don't know, man. Not very hidey. Not very hidey at all. Okay. All right. Putting some of our finishing touches on this. And I don't know how long I was taking. Yeah. I said about 20 minutes. I'm about 20 minutes. Good for me. Nice time estimation. Okay. All right. I think we're just about done with this guy. Yeah. All right. So the structure, pretty much complete. This is Lego 6071, Forestmen's Water Crossing. Yeah, the structure's complete. I had a couple pieces left over. I don't know if that's, did I miss something? I don't know. Are these just spares just in case? Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, as far as I can tell, everything's together here. So, we're just gonna wrap it up. Got a few leftover pieces, but it was as advertised, pretty much 100% complete. So again, happy about that. They got these cool little like vine climbing whippy sort of deals going on. Again, just to add to the feel of the foliage. They don't really seem to use these in modern sets, but there's no Forestmen anymore, so what sort of set would they put it in? There is a treasure chest. You know, in the instructions, it does just have the little yellow instead of the gold coins. Maybe I'm thinking of the pirate sets. The pirate sets would often have actual little fake gold coins. So you have that there. There's also a barrel here that I didn't see a step to put the barrel in. Maybe I missed the barrel step. Could be. Yeah, I don't see any barrels. Flipping through. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching me relive a little piece of my childhood. That's Lego 6071, Forestmen's River Crossing. Fun set. Here's an alternative build that they propose. Slightly less exciting, but you know. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for everybody that stopped by for my impromptu stream. I'll put these guys here in their new home, along with the, oh man. Along with the much sought after Forest Woman. Yes, thanks again, everybody. I will be back to open more toys next week. Maybe I'll just make Wednesday a regular night for that sort of thing until I've worked through my queue of toys that I need to open. Yeah, but this was a little bonus. I might do more Lego builds in the future. I have also a lot of Legos on order, so. All right, thanks. See ya.